welcome all of you to another tournament in the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour. This is the AimChess Rapid, and 16 players are ready to fight for a victory in the final regular event this season on the tour. So get ready for some interesting chess. Welcome, everyone.
And there is money to play for. A victory will net 3 points and $750, whilst a draw will be worth 1 point and $250. But only the top 8 finishers of the preliminaries will qualify to the knockout stage. And here are the 16 players ready to battle against each other. Topping the bill is world champion Magnus Carlsen, who is aiming to complete a hat trick and win 3 tournaments in a row. But in his path, there are 5 of the world's strongest teenagers, from world rapid champion Nordibek Abdusatorov and Germany's Vincent Keimer to a trio of Indian wonder kids, Arjun Erigaisi and the 2 16-year-old tour debutantes, Domaraju Gukesh and Aditya Mittal. And the world champion was in for a bumpy ride.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh, he can take and go queen d5 check.
Yeah, you're right, Lawrence.
Massive blunder, is it?
Huge blunder.
And Vincent has paused. Magnus maybe hasn't realised bishop takes pawn. This is why just knowing the evaluation at one point in any chess game can be decisive. This is a check and a fork. We hadn't spotted this. It's not immediately obvious.
Wow, and Magnus not reacting. If he's seen it, is it important that he doesn't?
Wow.
Oh, missed it.
Vincent trusts him. Wow.
What a miss.
Mutual blindness, we call it.
There's only one move to save the game, and that's to
Really?
play queen takes pawn. Allow the
Wow.
rook to take the pawn with check.
Here, he has to take this pawn on e4.
He doesn't find
doesn't
it.
find
Is
it.
Magnus now losing this game?
He is losing.
Okay, now it's been turned around. Now black is going to win.
What? Look at that.
I think Vincent has lost control. You know, I think his position has totally collapsed.
Vincent resigns. He knew this was coming. Magnus eventually takes the win.
Against Arjun Erigaisi, Magnus's position suddenly spun out of control.
It looks winning for Erigaisi.
How is he getting his revenge?
He might
Looks
be.
that way.
I want to put, wow, I would never play this move in a million years. This looks hopeless, doesn't it, for Magnus, really?
Do you think he knows? Just
Yeah.
that's his expression, leaning forward. He knows it's all out of control, at least. I mean, he's just trying to make things messy at the moment.
And
Yeah.
the footy is off, you guys.
He means business. Ooh, but he's getting all the rooks off the board now, and Magnus reacts. Surely this is winning for white.
Look at
But he
Magnus.
lost.
He is so upset. Angry with himself. And there it is.
Yeah.
It's over. Magnus Carlsen. He loses to 19-year-old Arjun Erigaisi.
Magnus displayed a whole lot of emotions when he realized the young talent Gukesh had just landed him a true sucker punch.
Oh!
Whoa.
What happened?
Something's happened. It did feel a bit wrong for Magnus to play this move. I actually thought Magnus had something a bit stronger.
Is the queen trapped?
Wow. Lawrence, the queen is actually trapped in the center.
And the queen on b6 protects the e6 pawn. That's,
Oh my
that's a
God.
crucial thing, yeah.
Oh, so that's the real threat.
Just like a house of cards, his position just completely fell apart.
It is over. Magnus Carlsen loses to another Indian teenager.
Gukesh was riding high after becoming the youngest player in history to defeat the world champion. But he was swiftly brought down to earth by Polish ace Jan Krzysztof Duda.
Whoa, whoa.
And-
I was just about to say.
You found something.
I mean, I'm not checking a computer, but my first instinct here is this drops a piece to d6.
Push the pawn, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we go. The pass pawn has been created. That's going to tie down the black bishop. Next, the white king's going to move out the way. The white rook's going to come. And actually, the black king is coming under serious attack, potentially. Gukesh resigns.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jan Krzysztof Duda was indeed in fine form as he notched up victory after victory to win the preliminaries.
Congrats, Jan Krzysztof.
Hello, thank you.
I know you finished off with a loss against Magnus, but overall, your performance in the preliminaries, how do you feel about it?
Yes, I think, of course, I'm very satisfied with my result and with winning the group. Overall, I think I played on pretty high level, and relatively there was like it wasn't that random as it usually is.
Someone who was also in sparkling form was the Azeri Grandmaster Shakhriar Mamedyarov, who started the tournament with a win against Magnus Carlsen.
We just didn't get the finish to it. It has finished with a win for Mamedyarov. What's happening on this board?
Yeah, so actually, if we do a quick material count, white is only 1 pawn up, but it's just complete domination. If you look at the black king, not many defenders around it. White's rook, white's knight, and soon the white queen is going to join in, just doing the business.
No smile on Mamedyarov's face, but he has just gotten 3 points against the world champion Magnus Carlsen, losing in the very first round of the AimChess Rapid, and it was looking good for him. Now, we just came into this game, David. Could we take a look at what happened in this game? Magnus looked like he was winning. Suddenly, Mamedyarov winning the game.
Yeah, it was quite a sudden turnaround earlier on. We mentioned that the bar was in black's favor, and it was around this position. This is flashback quite a long way into the middle game, and here black is doing very well. Actually, the white king is the one in danger. White's king coming under heavy fire. Magnus has been pushing pawns towards it, but here a couple of maybe suboptimal decisions. First, white took the black knight. Magnus recaptured. If he'd wanted to play safe, maybe he could have taken with the black queen, but now we see long term. This is a poor pawn structure, the black king not entirely safe anymore. And it was just a bit later on, we saw that white was able to block it up. Now Magnus having to sidestep, maybe this is something he'd missed, because queen takes pawn, he would simply lose his bishop, and I don't think you have enough attack against the white king. And once Magnus lost his pawn, and once Mamedyarov was able to just lock things down, guard everything, Magnus's fun was over. Black's attack had died, and it did switch towards the black king, the action. And if we just fast forward now to the end of the game, this king was still the issue. It's what we call a good knight, a knight on an outpost supported by a pawn, versus a bad bishop. This bishop looks good, but it's actually hitting thin air, not doing anything at all. And black's piece is not able to help. White's simply going to slide across and crash through on this square. And Magnus, he knew that was happening. It's inevitable. He just decided to resign. What a game.
And then he produced the most beautiful game ever played on the tour.
You know, I heard rumors that was incredible by Mamedyarov winning against Giri.
Yeah, there were a few moments in that game. I was just keeping an eye on it a bit earlier. So if we jump in at this position, we'll just show all the highlights, just the action where he made the sacrifices. In this position, white is trying to attack against the black king. First, he sacrificed a rook for a knight, giving up material here, getting active with his queen. If we fast forward a few more moves, we see Anish trying to attack. And this next sacrifice is here, giving up his knight just for just a pawn to distract the black queen away from defending the 7th rank. Next, he sacrificed his bishop, giving up his bishop for a pawn. And okay, there is a pin, so this is just a temporary sacrifice. But the key detail was here, bringing his rook across and now giving a check with his pawn. I think this is what Anish Giri had missed, because when the king sidesteps, now white can give up his queen for the black bishop. If the king had sidestepped the other way, this would have been checkmate, trapped in the corner. And by giving his queen up for the bishop, he simply ensures a new queen. And the final touch was this knight check, hitting the black king. The king can't defend its rook any longer. If it steps forward, this is deadly, a rook check. And let's just show the final few moves, capturing and simply stepping back with his knight, securing his own king. After all of those sacrifices, white's actually a pawn up, and next move, there's going to be a deadly check or two. What a game. Just blow after blow of energy by Mamedyarov.
What a game by Mamedyarov. That game against Anish yesterday, when you sacrificed so many pieces. How satisfying is it to play a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm very happy to win a game against Anish like this. I mean, I like to play against him. I mean, every time I play very solid, and when you win him, it's very good. I mean, in this style, I mean, just sacrifice and to win. Of course, it was a very nice game, very interesting. I think many tactical variations. Normally, I played maybe one of my best game in my chess career, because it's really, I sacrificed first pawn, after, I don't know, rook, after again knight, bishop, I mean, after queen, after again pawn going to queen. I mean, every move, it was very interesting. And thanks for Anish to play till the end, because it was he tried to find some chance, and for this reason, it was very beautiful, very nice game. And of course, absolutely, it's one of my best chess game in my chess career.
After 4 nerve-wracking days of chess, Jan Krzysztof Duda topped the table with an impressive 28 points, just 1 point ahead of Domaraji Gukesh, Shakhriyar Mamedyarov and Arjun Erigaisi. This meant that there were some thrilling matchups in the quarterfinals. For Magnus, it would be a rematch against his young opponent from the Julius Baer Generation Cup final, Arjun Erigaisi. After escaping with a miraculous draw in Game 1, the world champion leveled up.
This is just classic Magnus, back to... I mean, the last game was really shaky, we've got to say, but this is back to his best. Again, just slowly... It's as if he's done nothing, essentially, Magnus, or nothing special, and he's got a winning advantage. It's just perfect strategy. Bishops next to each other, they control every square on the board, essentially.
The black king can't move, the knight can't really move. The white king is just going to wander all the way over to the left side. Oh, you have to feel for the young Indian.
Now the pawn is running through, nothing to do. That pawn is going to cost black at least a knight, and Erigaisi resigns. Stockfish confirms it, as we see just below the board there. Greed is good. Take a pawn and probably win the game.
Yeah, I like it. I see it, I like it, I want it. Yes.
Magnus did get greedy, and I think he's justified in doing so. Okay, he's really trying to park the bus now. Again, Erigaisi just putting his rook on this square. Magnus, this is just putting the boot in now. He's actually ignoring white's pawns. White could even make a new queen, but he's going for checkmate, pushing the pawn forward. Checkmate.
The quarterfinal match is over. Magnus Carlsen wins it in 3 games.
Meanwhile, the match between Richard Rapport and 16-year-old Gukesh turned into a huge battle of wits. It all hinged on a marathon 167-move game.
5 minutes against 39 seconds.
This is mad. This position is
Wow,
so
position.
crazy.
Suddenly, Gukesh, 5 seconds, he's got to react to this idea.
Oh!
Bishop takes pawn check because this rook is undefended, but it does look like this might be a blunder. Oh my god.
2 seconds.
He's not going to find those moves. He gives a
he
check.
gives a check and it's winning now. The king can come to the e3.
He's losing.
And he's losing.
Big threat of checkmate again. I think he's got it.
Yeah.
This is it. Now the rook is coming down to checkmate. Black can't prevent it. And there we go.
After 167 moves, you guys, it's over. Richard Rapport takes the quarterfinal match. He's ready for the semi-final.
In other results, a lucky Jan Krzysztof Duda wrapped up his match against Vidit in just 3 games, whilst the experienced Mamedyarov fended off rising star Abdusatorov. That victory meant that Shakhriyar Mamedyarov would face off against the creative genius Richard Rapport. And by reaching the semi-finals, Magnus is now, with 1 event to spare, the overall winner of the 2022 Meltwater Champions Chess Tour. In the other semi-final, the newly crowned tour winner, Magnus Carlsen, went head-to-head against his long-standing tour rival, Jan Krzysztof Duda. After a tense draw in the first game, things livened up in Game 2 when both players found themselves in for a roller coaster ride.
Immediately right.
This is such a brilliant idea.
He's played it, but this is a losing blunder. I think.
But there is rook f7 or I don't.
But rook f7, any check now is just met by a king move.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's just met by a king move. The king is trapped.
Oh, look at Magnus!
blundered. Wow, this is really.
Oh, losing blunder.
He went from completely winning to completely losing in 1 move.
Wow.
You eventually see a result after all those twists and turns.
With yet another hard-fought draw in Game 3, could Magnus, playing with the black pieces, make a comeback in Game 4?
Wow, okay, Magnus more ambitiously wants to stop the rook coming.
But I don't understand, because the rook can capture and then the queen can move over to f3,
Oh my God.
hitting the f7 pawn, the h5 pawn, and it's on the board. And Magnus just turns away. He hasn't seen this.
Yep, it's almost over now. Both pawns are dropping.
Magnus Carlsen is knocked out of AimChess Rapid by Jan Krzysztof Duda. What a match!
I felt like today was was generally not awful. So I don't know what happened. I felt like, I mean, there are many explanations, but I felt like it was kind of especially the King E6 rather than King C6 was kind of a freak thing, really. It was just a case of trying to be too accurate as well.
And yesterday I made a blunder, Magnus. I should have congratulated you yesterday on winning the tour. Overall, there is no chance Duda can now catch up with you. So first of all, congratulations with that.
Yeah, thank you. It's obviously a nice consolation on a day when things didn't turn out my way. So I will take that with me. I feel like I've had at least 2 or 3 very good events on the tour this year.
In a dramatic semi-final between Shakhriyar Mamedyarov and Richard Rapport, Richard landed the first blow in Game 1. But a clutch win for Shakhriyar in Game 4 took the match to tie-breaks.
Oh, okay.
Put his bishop on a very bad spot.
I thought this is not possible. You cannot allow your bishop to be locked in.
Yeah, and the evaluation bar really shoots up. Black's bishop is just... This is perfect strategically for white now, because white bishop on light squares and the pawns on dark squares, you control both color complexes. Black's bishop is in prison. The one thing you can't allow is black to break his way out of that prison by swapping off some pawns, and this is why Mamedyarov puts his rook on the 6th rank, because now black's g-pawn cannot advance. It is pinned. We've learned it's a pin, not a skewer, to the black bishop.
1 second. Oh, he He's living on the edge. I mean, his position is so bad. You cannot salvage this.
And it's really good actually coming back with the king, because now you've stopped the black rook getting behind the passed pawn. So we see another check, and we might see a result any moment. This pawn is just going to make a new queen. How do you stop it?
I think you have to move the king to f8.
But your rook is under attack.
Yep. Okay, there you go. And it's over.
We have a result.
It is over, yes.
Tie breaks.
And in the tie-breaks, Shakhriyar's play was simply overwhelming.
Oh, and we have a check.
This might be a killer because white's knight is coming in. Both of the black rooks are within range. If the white knight can end up on the c7 square, it will attack and fork both of those rooks.
He just pushes his pawn forward. This is just very nice strategy. All his pawns are safe, and it is in the bag for Shakhriyar.
Mamedyarov doesn't even want to win. He's repeated the position now. It's the second time we've seen this position.
It's over! Shakhriyar Mamedyarov makes it to the big final of AimChess Rapid. What a performance by the 37-year-old from Azerbaijan.
For Shakhriyar, this means that not only does he get a place in the 2-day final against Jan Krzysztof Duda, but also picks up a spot in the tour finals. Perhaps inspired by his victory over the world champion, on day 1 of the finals, Jan Krzysztof showed up in some very impressive form.
The position is critical, and take a look at the bar. I mean, it absolutely confirms it. Duda now has a winning advantage.
Look at this, it's a passed pawn 2 squares away. This king in the corner is just as weak as white's king, actually. White's king at least can run. He's going for checkmate, Shak, but is he going to get mated himself?
Yeah. The white pawn is simply going to step forward, attack the rook, and there it comes. The rook will move, and now it's big trouble for Shak. But can Duda finish him off?
Black's rook and bishop, they're tied up in knots. The black rook has to move. It has to keep defending its bishop, but yeah, the other rook is going to drop.
And Shak looks away. He knows his position is lost, and it's over.
He lets his clock run out, Shak, and he loses game 2. Wow, he finds a tactic. Jan Krzysztof Duda. Has he just won a pawn? He's gambling now.
Totally. I mean, he's kind of hoping for Duda to capture that pawn with the wrong pawn.
He tried so hard to avoid a forced draw in the opening that he ended up with a losing position by move 20. 4 pawns up for Duda now.
It's just devastating. He's such a great position.
It's over. A loss in game 4 and also a loss in the match for Mamedyarov. Oh, he doesn't look happy.
Going into the second day of the final, Shakhriyar had to win to take the finals to tiebreak. And he started fresh and full of energy.
White has 2 moves to get an advantage. Anything else, black has the advantage.
He finds it.
Finds the best move.
Of course. He's a player on form, isn't he? And he's gone forward with his knight.
This looks like a piece sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he gives up his queen, Mamedyarov. Bishop takes knight. He's just giving up his queen for the white rook. That queen has disappeared. He's simply a queen for a rook up. It's too much.
It is too much.
He's done it before, though.
And black's bishop comes in. Is Mamedyarov going to checkmate Duda?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, black is winning. Wow, you take it with the bishop. This is winning because if the king steps forward, the bishop drops back with a discover check, winning the queen at the same time. Game over.
Oh, wow. We have a comeback, you guys. Mamedyarov, he does it without the queen.
He's gone for it, of course. It's Shaq.
It's Sakria Mamedyarov sacrificing. Shaq is just so inspired today. He woke up on the right side of bed.
Holding it off.
He's not even looking at the board.
And another fantastic move from Shaq.
Shaq, attack. That's his phrase. Everything wins here, but for example, you can just take a pawn, jump in with the knight next move, and checkmate is coming. There we go. Duda does resign.
After being overpowered in the first 2 games, Duda quickly decided to take his chances in the tiebreaks.
Oh no, Jovanka, this is well known as a quick draw.
Oh.
Surely Duda's not going to go for the draw here. They're repeating moves.
Oh
It's
my
tie
God.
breaks.
It's blitz tiebreaks. Whoa, that was a quick one. What do you think? Are you a little bit disappointed, David?
I wanted to see more fire on the
Yeah.
board, Kaya. I wanted to see more, dynamic attacking chess. But Duda, clearly he's still tilting. I think he's a bit triggered by the way that he's been blown off the board today, and he just wants more time to recover.
Wow.
Shakriel, what a move that is. I don't think it works, but he's opening up an attack against the black queen, and he was threatening to go in with the white queen, going for checkmate, but Duda says, no, I'm locking the door. Yeah, it's game over. Duda takes a win in lightning quick style. And the bishop offers an exchange. This is clever. If you remove white's light squared bishop, which has happened. Oh, there's a blunder.
Oh,
okay.
no.
I was going to say strategically black was doing well.
And he resigns. It's over. Jan Christoph Duda wins AimChess Rapid after a massive tournament. He won the preliminaries. He knocked out Magnus Carlsen in the semifinals, and he wins a fantastically entertaining final against Shakhriyar Mamedyarov in blitz tiebreaks, winning both games. Huge congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I'm of course extremely happy and joyful that I have managed to win the tournament. But I'm very my today's performance was very, very bad, I think. And I would love actually to forget about the games I played in Rapid.
So let's check out the overall tour standings. And it's official, with an incredible $192,500, Magnus Carlsen has won the 2022 Meltwater Champions Chess Tour. Jan Christoph Duda's victory means that he is now in second place with $137,500, overtaking the teenage Pragnananda, who remains on $106,500. We now look forward to the tour finals. What will the lineup be? Who will beat who? And finally, who will win the tournament when we head down to San Francisco?